Again, Paul Seabrook here, and today what I want to talk about is the decision to divorce. This is just, there's no easy way around this. It is going to be a difficult decision if you decide to end your relationship with your spouse. I'm here today to talk through a resource that we provide our clients to help them think through this difficult process. It is really sort of a really simple decision map, okay, to help people sort of think through what is really going to matter for them. So I'm going to share my screen and pull up this item that this resource that we have and that we use to help people think through these situations. Really kind of, the first question you want to be asking yourself is, where am I? What is going on in my relationship right now that is good? What is bad? What is the situation in reality? Sometimes these relationships we get into, it's so emotional that you can't hardly tell where you are. And so it's important to be able to identify where does the relationship stand? Are you fighting every day? Have you grown apart? Or have you tried counseling? What have you tried to fix the problem? A lot of people are coming to us in pretty desperate straits as far as their relationship comes. So, but still we have problems where we're looking at whether or not to make a decision because it's really hard. There's a lot to factor in. And what it boils down to is basically sort of four quadrants, okay? You can leave or you can stay. And if you leave, generally speaking, you're going to be looking at, happy you left, okay? Or you're going to regret that you left. Most people are going to find that when they leave a toxic marriage, they are able to breathe easier. It's more peaceful in their life. They come home and things are not as tense. There's not as much fighting. I have in here that you don't risk the boiled frog scenario. A lot of people, the boiled frog is it's a metaphor that I use to help people think through this. If you're boiling water and you throw a frog into the water, then the frog will jump out. But if you put the frog into lukewarm water and you slowly turn up the heat, what will happen is that the frog will boil to death because it cannot tell, it doesn't register the change in temperature. And a lot of times it's a good metaphor for the relationships that we see where you're married to this person, but things have gotten so bad, and sometimes it's a slow build. Things have gotten so bad that you can't even tell how bad they are. And if you get out of that situation, it can be good. It can be good to avoid boiling the frog. That's just not a good situation to be in. And if there is a divorce, some people are going to find that they can get a better relationship with somebody else. People find their children are able to adapt to a new situation if the parents are adult enough to put them first. And then the financial consequences are not as bad as people fear. This is generally what you're going to see that people when they leave a toxic marriage, this is why they want to do it, and this is what brings them happiness. If you regret that you left, you're probably looking at children suffering too much from the breakup of the family unit. Sometimes the financial consequences can be very difficult. It's, here in the Bay Area, it's not easy to make ends meet one way or the other. And so sometimes the financial consequences are very difficult. And then some people, think they can do better, but they don't. And maybe you had somebody who was good and you let them go, so you would regret that. So these are the kinds of issues that pop up. There's your personal personal freedom, personal peace and wellness. There's usually, the issues with the children and the financial issues. And how are those going to play out? Some people are going to, if you decide to stay in your marriage, you'll be looking at a situation, where it can go either way as well. It's really, a difficult thing to do, and we all recognize this. If you stay together, sometimes there's great power in knowing that your relationship can survive a storm. You can keep the benefits of the family together. You can keep your wealth together, and then you can go on and live happily ever after. There's also the flip side where you try to stay, you try to fix things, but the situation gets worse. And now, one of the things you'll see is more resentment. You'll see fighting. People turn to alcohol and substance abuse to deal with their pain. You'll see infidelity. And this can turn a situation where if people had recognized that they didn't want to be in the marriage anymore, now all of a sudden we've got more domestic violence. Perhaps there's police involvement. Perhaps child protective services are in. There's other things that can make, perhaps you could have gotten out of the marriage financially okay, but now because you tried to stay together, something happened that turned the financial situation upside down. And so these are the kinds of things you need to be thinking about. Generally speaking, at the end of the day, whatever decision you make is going to be made right or wrong by you. What you have under your control and what you can do to move forward, either to heal the marriage and stay together or to carve a new path and reclaim your life. This is Paul Seabrook, and I hope this helped. Thanks.